Hi all, welcome back to my channel and welcome to our special episode of Market 360 Degree where we tour around world's market. Market was kind with us from last 3 weeks. Our prediction or our view, worked in the market. Let's see if we can, have if we can also have the similar view for the next week. So let's straight go into the charts which we love the most. So let's look at Nifty. So if you see Nifty right now, exactly 40 support, as per our discussion, and now we have a big bullish rally, and we are at 20 MA on the weekly chart. So definitely, this is at a resistance, but from a psychological point of view, 18,000 and 18,050, these are two important levels that we need to look for. And maybe RSI can go to directly RSI 60, where we will see the next resistance on the RSI. So how to trade or how to make a view for the market? So we will we will be kind of still carrying the bullish view. So maybe markets can go to 18,000, and then then again we might see some consolidation towards 20 MA onto the Nifty. But if we go above 1850 on the future side, we might see the rally continuing towards 18200 levels. So that's we need to look for. And now the 850 will act as a good support for the markets. So still markets into the bullish territory, no signs of a weakness. So don't go short blindly. Let next week market make kind of a pause candle, or let's say uh, some bearish signness, then only we will look for bearishness. But if you ask me, I'm not a good fan of prediction. But what I see right now, the patterns that we see on the Nifty, we might see a all-time high into the markets. Again, disclaimer, this is just my view, and I'm not asking you to take any trade as such. But yeah, looking at the patterns and looking at the way the things are working out, we might see the all-time high into the Nifty. Okay, anyways, so for next week, 18,000 is a very important level psychologically. 18,050 is the next level, and after that, we see 18,200. Else, we gonna see, a kind of a pause candle, next week into the markets. Let's look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, if you see, perfect, big candle, which is also uh, you know uh, took a support from exactly this line, at the down, and now we are at resisting at, we are going to RSI 60. And from our different systems, we see that 42,800 can act as a good resistance for the market. So we are at 42,100. So another 600 points we need to see. uh, and we need to see once what happens when RSI goes to 60. But if I show you monthly, we are very bullish on the Bank Nifty side, because Bank Nifty had a good downside, then we had a big spinning top, and now we are going above the spinning top. So I think Bank Nifty is really in a bullish zone. So to short markets right now would not be recommended, or would not be good. Maybe there is a big intraday correction or something happening, because markets are up from last 3 4 weeks, but it doesn't means that you can go positionally short on the markets. So still the bias is bullish and view is bullish. We need to see now what happens to 18,700, 18,800 at this zone. Maybe we see some selling and we see some pause on this. But if this zone is also crossed, then we are really into a bullish territory on the markets. So we'll see how it goes. And also, if I showed you, on the charts, on the market profile chart also for the Bank Nifty, if you see, SP is at around this level, which is 42 800 860. So be careful on that. And tomorrow, I think we have a HDFC Bank result where we can see a all-time high onto HDFC Bank. So I think we are all in a bullish territory. ICICI Bank as well, made a SP. So even if it can come down, take a support here and can show upside movement. So currently Nifty, Bank Nifty both seems to be bullish. Okay, so don't go overboard on the shorts right now. Wait for a perfect position and the timing, and then we will look for the shorts. But right now there is no point in being into the shorts. Even if there is a correction, so you should buy the dip, not sell the rallies. This is the view on the Nifty and Bank Nifty. So let's look at Dow. What is it is doing right now? So Dow, if you remember, we had marked this trend line in our last weekly things, if you have seen. So we are just closed above. So it is not a good breakout yet. So we need to wait for the breakout. But one interesting thing I will show you that, okay, from November this or December 21. Okay, so which is now 1.5 years, Bank Nifty, sorry, Dow is resisting RSI 60, on the weekly chart. So now it is 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 5, 6 times it went to 60 and we saw a sharp selling. So this time, if we go to RSI 60, we might see some pause, but we are eventually high chances or high probability that we gonna break RSI 60 this time. So that's why I am saying markets are or markets around the world are looking bullish. So don't go shorts or don't go overboard shorts onto the markets. So yeah, so let's say what is the view on our view on the Dow. So we had this trend line. Now we got a trend line breakout on 12th of April. On 13th, we made a spinning top. Exactly, took a support on this trend line. When we went up, now we took a support. So it's like a first CIP. So this trend line now seems to be working. Maybe we spend some time around here and then we have a breakout. So next target for the Dow would be around 34, 7, 8. 34 800, that can you can look for the short term. And for the downside, we will go downside only when this trend line is broken, and then the downside can be around 33 300, or 33 400 on that level. So this is a weekly view for Dow. So definitely this is the way we should trade, and we need to see at RSI 60. So it should go to RSI 60, maybe spend some time and then give a breakout. That would be really nice breakout into the markets. So we hope that we this time Dow will go above the RSI 60 monthly. If you see, it's nearing to 60, still have a potential to go up. So I think Dow seems to be then if I just show you Nasdaq. So monthly, sorry, let's go to weekly, our weekly view. Sorry. So the pause in the onto the Nasdaq still continues. If you see, we discussed, right, RSI is when RSI 60 on the weekly, it's not that easy to break. So if you see market from last 2 weeks is in a range, and it is not able to go up. So what I wanted to just show you is, okay, this brush. So this is like 2 weeks now, we are into the same zone. So definitely, if the high is crossed here, we can go bullish towards 13 655. And now if the low is crossed, then maybe we can see around 1200 500, on that level. So these are the two levels that we need to look for. So we need to see what happens on the RSI, how it goes on the RSI. Now if you also see, the RSI is not crossed from a long time, so again December. But Dow went multiple times to test that level, but Nasdaq just went once here, then twice and thrice. but then Dow we discussed more than 5 6 times it went to test the RSI 60. So definitely if Dow is up, and Nasdaq will also will support for sure, but currently Dow is more bullish than the Nasdaq. And that is also happening in the IT stocks. If you see India or across the world, if I see S&P 500, it is at coming to RSI 60, so kind of a resistance now. And it is not able to it gave a bullish follow through to this candle, but then we see a resistance around here which is 4200, and I think on the downside which is around 4035 or 4000, around 4000 level. So these are the two levels to look for, but for now it is in a bullish range only, because we got a bullish follow through for that. So we also need to see what happens next week when it comes to RSI 60. So upper side target around 4200 and lower side around 44000, that can act as a support on the S&P. Let's look at gold, what is happening. So you know if you have seen our video, we were discussing about 61000 level. Until and unless 61000 is crossed, you should not go overboard onto the trade, onto the gold, because 61000 is very important level for gold. When 61000 will be crossed, we can see a rally towards 63 64,000 onto the gold. But until and unless 64,000 is crossed and sustained, we are kind of a sideways zone onto the gold. And that's what our view was from last week, and we are still into that view. Now if you see the pattern that was made is kind of a shooting star, but this shooting star is in the rally, so we should not be much worried on that. And if I see the support right now, it is around 850, 8900, around 58 900, and maybe then this two candle low which is around 58 300. So these are the two supports uh, for the gold. So we will be even if there are short term corrections, but definitely we are not seeing the selling in the markets. The view is still bullish onto the gold, but only when we are aggressive, when we are crossing 61,000 and we are sustaining above 61,000. Now what sustaining means is we are at least trading 1 hour above 61,000 with some volume or something. So that you can look for, not like okay just touching 61,000 and coming back, doesn't make sense. Okay, silver, let's look at silver. So silver, again, our view bullish. It got respected, and silver exactly resisted its high, which was made in August 20. And if you remember, we made mark these two lines for the silver, where we were kind of expecting that price will go to that zone into the silver. So silver we are bullish, and now the next position that we can take is around when this high is crossed. But intraday and from a overall viewpoint of view, we are still bullish. Now 74,000 should act as a good support on silver, on the downside. And after that, if that is broken, then maybe around uh, 72,500 should act as a good support on silver. But even if there are smaller corrections, but it is what you can say, buy on the dip, not sell on the rise right now, silver. Okay, but definitely if you want to go aggressively long, go when both of these levels are crossed and the price sustains above this level. So we can see some upside onto the silver as well. Bitcoin, last week's view that we had 3 weeks which were not nothing happened, price was at that point, and then we had a bullish breakup onto the Bitcoin. So this is how exactly we were we got this move, and I think still it is positive territory, so there is no signs of weakness, and we should look at it. Only thing is, on a, from a Bitcoin point of view, monthly we need to see where is a resistance. So now the next resistance would be around 32,500, which is 20 MA. So this can act as a resistance on the higher side for the Bitcoin. But then on the lower side, we can, see that the the levels around here, which is 26,700 or so, should act as a good support onto the Bitcoin, from a low point of view. But till now we are bullish. Until unless we see any bearish signs, we will not, you should not short onto the Bitcoin. Okay. So let's wait what happens on onto it. But yeah, it is right now into a bullish territory. If we just see USD INR, it is not having much movements nowadays. Forex. If you see USD INR, it is, the price is in, under our same box that we discussed, and right now it is also not breaking. It is into the, it just bounced back. So we need to see what happens now. It's kind of a shooting. A kind of a spinning top it has formed here. So now, bullishness only above the 82 82.15 or 82.20. Till the time we are not gonna be bullish onto the USD INR. But right now, if you see, movement is very triangular and into a kind of a consolidation mode, and the markets are, seems to be positive. So until and unless there is a big news, big negative news or something, happening, we are not, worried about the markets right now. So we should look at buy on dips into the markets. Definitely, tomorrow anything can happen. If Russia bombards some few more, or do something else, or somewhere something happens, markets are volatile, and that's why, we need to make a view on weekly, but we need to take the daily trades based on the order flow and market profile that we see intraday. But why it is important, when you look at a broader perspective what is happening in the markets, then you don't go overboard intraday on the opposite side. So example, now if I see that Nifty is looking bullish, from a monthly and weekly perspective, daily also we do analysis, on the daily charts, and now overall daily, weekly, monthly is looking bullish or bullish consolidation, let's say. So we should not go overboard on buying puts intraday. Our view should be, we should look at the levels onto the, lower systems, uh, as that they will act as a support, not like they will be working as a selling zone. Okay, so that is why you need to make a view on weekly. You need to see what is happening around the world, and you need to make a view on that, and according to your view you can take basic trades into the markets. Okay, so that's the whole intention. So this is just for an educational purpose, not to show you that okay, I know something, or we can do. No, we need to, make that habit of looking at what is happening across, on a higher time frames, and then use that perspective onto our low level, onto on the local, or let's say lower systems. So I, even if I, we are doing this series, but I don't trade as per, the weekly, let's say. What we trade is, we look at what is happening intraday, and we then take a positions, and then we make a intraday positions. Like HDFC Bank, weekly it was showing bullish, now Bank Nifty showing bullish. Now I see that huge buyers are coming into the market for order flow. I see or market profile, making single prints. So then I can make a view, that okay, HDFC Bank is bullish, and you can take a big trades, or you can, invest high amount of money into HDFC Bank, because on all the systems everywhere we see bullishness. So this is how you trade. And even if your value is low, or your volumes are low, absolutely fine. Even if you are trading with just one lot, or even if you are selling, trading with 100 shares on HDFC Bank, let's say, if you have that confidence, if you build that confidence, you can carry your trade. You don't need to ask look, people like, what should I do with my holding, what should I do, what should I don't do. So that's kind of a confidence you can generate yourself if you do kind of a monthly, weekly, daily, then intraday, and then order flow analysis. That will help you to build your view in a longer run. Okay, so ज़्यादा हो गया ज्ञानबाजी. We will not do much on that. You guys are good enough to know and learn. So disclaimer: the views shared in this video are only for educational purpose. Please do not take any trade or investment decision based on the views shared. Please consult your financial advisor before you take any trade or investment decision. Author is not responsible for any loss due to content in the video. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood what is happening. I made a bold statement today that Nifty might see all time high. It's a bold statement, I know, and I am very new, trader, or I am very new into this YouTube and all and all. But what I see from the charts, I just told you. Tomorrow it will happen, tomorrow it will not. But it's my duty that I know something, I can tell you, or the people who are looking at my videos, I can tell them. So this is what I can see on the charts. Let's see how it goes. You are here, I am here, and if that it doesn't works, that would be learning for me as well. For the future. Okay, thanks for watching my video. As I always say, be passionate about the markets, learn about the markets. So enjoy, have a good time. See you on Monday evening with my, or let's say if possible Monday afternoon, based on the live analysis, or Monday evening. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.